The season is upon us. The time of the flowering is come. Yet I fear there'll be no ceremony, no flowering, no joy. The flowering is our ballad, Bodril's and mine. But he has not returned, so cannot play his part. Our story cannot be relived, cannot be retold. I do not understand how this could be. When the time of the flowering draws near, Bodril arrives. It's then we set to work, he in his way and I in mine. Only this time, he's delayed. He has not come. Yes, you might call it that. But I say, our woods, our streams, our ancient stones, we are theirs as much as they are ours. Every new leaf and boggart's dance I see brings joy to my heart, but nothing equals my joy at the flowering. Why, it is the finest, most miraculous thing. It is... No, there is no worthy description. But alas, Bodril has not returned. With no one to play his part, I fear it is not to be. I asked the mortal maid for help, but she refused. I have resigned myself to sorrow. Why, Bodril is... Well, he always returns to take part in the flowering. Only now the season has come, but he has not. Why, I cannot say. She was looking for one of her kind. I asked if she would help with the flowering. I was very patient. I explained that the ceremony was far more important than her lost friend, but she would not have it. Mortals. Then I rejoice. Bodril's first task, your first task, I mean, is to gather the chrysalis. The chrysalis are seeds of sorts. You'll find them throughout the woods. When you've gathered them, seek me in Brunwath Hollow. She came in search of things. A mortal boy, some ancient fragments. I do not pretend to understand the thoughts and workings of mortals. That task was Bodril's. They spread throughout Loch-Arain. Of that I'm certain. There is more to mortals than I had thought.
Greetings. I can't believe Turin's dead. But I can't dwell on that now. Thank you for returning this scroll to me. You have no idea how important it is. Please, I can't. I need to think clearly. I have things I need to do in this forest. Afterwards, later, I'll sort it all out.
Thanks. I'm afraid you've caught me at a bad time, friend. The famed hospitality of the gnomes may be missing today. You see, I am in distress. I lent my journal to a fellow surveyor to record information from the Split Rock depths. His name is Horace Despero. He ventured into the caves but never returned. A fellow surveyor from the mining company back east. He went into Split Rock depths with my journal to record new findings and hasn't been back since. I've heard tales of a malevolent spirit that was trapped within the cavern decades ago. Those who venture in are said never to be seen again. I'm with an outfit known as Motus Mining. We mostly operate out of the tier, but I'm in Dalentarth surveying the forest for new loads to work. Motus is a large gnomish mining company to the east. It profits by selling the resources that it mines. Surveyors like me, who work for Motus, go out into the field and record any pertinent data they find. Most often, you'll find we're a great source of help and advice in just about any area, from irrigation techniques to healing. The gnomes are some of the brightest, most creative minds around. Wherever there's a problem, we'll find the solution. We give so much, and ask for so little in return. No. I am worried about him, and I must admit, my journal as well. It may sound selfish, but the journals we surveyors keep are very important to our work. If possible, I need to find out what became of my friend. And the journal too. I'm a surveyor from a mining company from the east. The journal contains all the data I've gathered from my exploration of the area. I lent it to Horace so that he could add data he gathered from Split Rock depths. Since he hasn't returned, I'm worried something terrible might have happened down there. If you can find out what happened, I would like to know. It should be somewhere in Split Rock depths. As I said, Horace may be trapped down there also. Please, find out what became of him, and bring the journal back to me. Goodbye.
the trolls. Well done, friend. Well done indeed. I know in time the trolls will return, but at least now I can make it back to Shieldring Keep with my head held high. Here, take this. It was Jory's sword. Broken now, but she might be mighty again if a skilled smith wants to make her so. It's what Jory would have wanted. I wasn't able to complete the contract, but since you have, you best get your own eye back to Shieldring Keep and turn it in. Off with you then. Later then.
You're welcome in the keep, as long as your honor's intact. The last poor souls who tried it came to no good, did they? A shame, but profitable for you. Here's the pay. Good then. Greetings.
Half the village sick with this damn. Everything's ruined. Turin's lost and Jedda's gone off. And Oraine's been turned into an antelope. I wish we'd never listened to Jeddah. No treasure's worth this. To be honest, I don't really want to find treasure or be rich. I just want to settle down on a farm somewhere with Oraine and raise lots of children. Why did he have to follow his friends to this cursed forest? He's my... well, you know. My mother said Varani's men's hearts forever wander, but not my Oraine. Oh, no. Turin? Dead? And here I was fretting over Oraine? This is an awful mess. Why did we ever follow Jeddah's ridiculous scheme? Oraine went into those bushes. I heard a yell and saw a flash of light. Then an antelope came out wearing Oraine's silver necklace. My grandmother told me about places like this. How sprites would ensnare young men and turn them into forest creatures. I just know that's what's happened to Oraine. But he ran off before I could catch him. Please help me look for him. Absolutely. My grandmother told me all about it. One story tells of a man who entered the forest seeking a special flower for his beloved, but a sprite cursed him to wander the forest as an antelope until his true love gave him a kiss. Thank you. I don't know what I would have done. The antelope, Oraine, I mean, he ran off north into the ruins. You have to find him. My grandmother told me all about them. There was once a man who entered the forest in search of a special flower for his beloved, but a sprite cursed him, and he was forced to wander the forest as an antelope until his true love gave him a kiss. He ran north before I could catch him. I called and called, but he didn't come back. Ugh.